What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and the day is here. It is done. The Disney acquisition of 21st Century Fox is complete, and the MCU universe is one step closer to being whole. So if you haven't been keeping up with current events, on 9:30 p.m. on March 19th, Disney acquired 21st Century Fox for a total of $71.3 billion. Now, they did not acquire everything under Fox. A few things that they didn't get were Fox News, parts of Fox Sports, and the local Fox television affiliate stations, all of which are now part of a new business called Fox Corp. But other than that, everything else, pretty much the entire 20th Century Fox film library, all the licenses that Fox owned, like The Simpsons, Avatar, Aliens, that is all now part of the Disney Corporation. And for those of us who are comic book fans, we're big fans of the MCU, the immediate thought is, what's going to happen with the X-men and Fantastic Four, Deadpool, and are we going to see them in the MCU? And the answer is yes, but it might be longer than we think. Per Kevin Feige and some other sources, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, and the other properties might not start showing up until as late as 2021. And hopefully that's not the case. But the more important thing is, what does this mean going forward? And there are some good things about the merger, and there are some bad things about the merger. And what we're going to talk about today is those things. I'm going to break it down, the things that I think are good about it and the things that I think are bad about it. So right off the bat, let's get into the pros of this. So the first thing is obviously that most of the Marvel properties are now under one banner, which makes creating within the Marvel Universe much more complete and similar to the comics, which is one of the things that some people, like myself included, had issues with. They have to make certain changes in order to be able to use certain properties. And now they can make these things much closer to their comic book counterparts. Now, a few of the ones that are still excluded from this are Namor, the Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Fist, Black Widow, Man-Thing, and the Punisher, and all of the characters within that universe. However, as we all know, they've made certain deals so that they can use some of these things, such as Black Widow, Spider-Man, and the Hulk. So that's not quite as big of a deal. Now, going forward in the future, something could happen and that might change. But right now, with this merger, they've pretty much got their hands on almost everything. So, going forward, we're going to start seeing things that are a lot closer to what are in the comics, or at least the potential for those things. So the second thing is is finally seeing the X-Men in the MCU. Now, the X-Men are perhaps the largest and most popular property in the Marvel Universe, and ever since the MCU debuted with Iron Man, fans have been frothing at the mouth to see their favorite mutants, pretty much Wolverine, engage the MCU mainstays. Now, sadly, while the merger now makes this possible, it seems unlikely we're going to get the matchups that we were wanting, i.e. Captain America and Wolverine, Wolverine and the Hulk, Scarlet Witch and Magneto, and the Illuminati with Charles Xavier, because a lot of the contracts with the original MCU actors is up, and some of them have expressed that they are ready to move on. Now, this being the MCU and the fact that it's Disney and they have so much freaking money, they could do pretty much anything they want. The possibility is still there, and who knows, given how awesome a lot of how these movie versions with these meetings would go down, it's not outside the realm of possibility that these meetings can still take place. I mean, if Kevin Feige drives a big enough truck of money up to Hugh Jackman and Chris Evans' houses, who knows what could happen. So, yeah, maybe. So the third thing, and this is something that I'm really interested in, is that the Cosmic Pantheon is now available. And that means a much wider array of villains. So with the Cosmic Pantheon not available, characters like Galactus, the Beyonder, Eternity, Death, just to name a few, are now available to the MCU. And this opens a floodgate of potential threats for the heroes to face in the future. Some other ones, Annihilus, the Magus, a proper version of the Celestial this time, Molecule Man, Chthon, which is basically Marvel's version of Cthulhu. That's just to name a few. And with the Fox acquisition, the MCU has a much richer library to pull from now, and the field is just wide open. So fourth, and this is probably the thing that I'm most excited for, and that is we can now get a proper version of Doctor Doom. So Doom is one of, if not the best villains in the Marvel universe, but for some reason, Fox just felt the need to just crap all over this character. And both versions of the Doom in the Fantastic Film franchises, especially in that piece of crap Fan 4 stick, was severely diminished. And arguably, Doom is the most dangerous villain of all time. Doom is considered the smartest human in the entire Marvel universe, one of the most powerful magic users as well. And this, combined with just having an absolute iron will, makes Doom one of the most feared beings in the entire Marvel universe. Now, and me personally, one of the most interesting facets of Doom's personality is the perception that Doom himself has that he's the best person to dictate the course of the human race's development to reach its greatest potential. And terrifyingly, he might be right. Under Doom's reign, his home country of Latveria became one of the most technologically and prosperous countries in the world, rivaling even the likes of Black Panther's Wakanda. The downside, however, is that Doom decides who is allowed to benefit from this wealth and dictates every facet of his people's lives, effectively leaving their fates entirely up to Doom's whim. Something that has occurred, that has occasionally resulted in just horrific consequences. But Doom, this is a chance for us to get the version of him that everybody really wants. And hopefully he's going to be the next big bad. Like, he's going to be the next Thanos for the film franchise. I'm really excited about this. And this, in my opinion, there's nothing but good from this. Okay, now let's talk about some of the negatives of the merger, because after all, it's not all good news for everybody that's involved. And the first thing that comes to mind is the layoffs. Now, as with any merger or acquisition, a lot of people are going to see themselves on the outside looking in on this. Many positions within similar companies will be unnecessary going forward because, after all, you don't need two people doing the same job. Though some of the sting will probably be soothed with severance packages and some people jumping ship to the new Fox Corp being formed in the wake of the acquisition, a lot of people are still going to be passing out resumes at the end of this, and it's unfortunate and it's sad, but that's just how things happen. That's just the way it goes. So the second thing is mature audience films like Logan and Deadpool are more unlikely going forward. Let's face it, Logan was the best film in the X universe, period. All right, with most of the X films ranging from decent to utter crap, Logan was an amazing upswing, finally giving us the gritty, bloody, badass version of Wolverine that we've been screaming for the last decade. And sadly, unless Kevin Feige drives enough cash to Hugh Jackman's house, as I previously said, this is going to be the last time we're going to see good old Logan in this form. Fortunately, we've still got Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool as a consolation prize, and the DP films have largely delivered on that wacky, blood-soaked insanity that is Deadpool. However, that was Fox, and this is Disney. And the House of the Mouse isn't known for its blood, brains, and balls. So I have no doubt that Disney can craft. It's just not going to be the same. They're not going to be that gun punch that was Logan, or the raunchy insanity fun that was Deadpool 1 and 2. The future remains to be seen. I mean, it is possible that they may continue going in that direction, but I severely doubt it. And that's unfortunate. So the third, and this is probably the worst thing, is the wait. So though the deal is done, many reports, like I said, are coming through that saying that it may be as long as several years before we even start to see our favorite X and FF characters up on the big screen, alongside current Marvel MCU mainstay characters. So all those hopes of seeing something materialize in the next Avengers film, like Endgame, it's probably going to leave hopeful fans weeping if these reports are correct. There's always the possibility that Kevin Feige, has just been playing things really close to the vest to avoid any future drama. Should the deal be postponed or even fall through, as unlikely as that scenario was, the closer to the deadline that we got. So while it's possible we might get at least a tease of things to come with our favorite mutants, it's likely it may even be longer than that. And that is probably the worst part of it. Like that's going to be the hardest thing, is that wait. Okay, and that's my take on the situation on the Fox merger. So as always, thanks for being here, guys. And tell me what you guys think. Are we going to see the X-Men and FF sooner rather than later? Do you think the acquisition was a good or a bad thing? Is the Alien Queen now a Disney princess? Leave your comments down below, and if you're so inclined, hit that like button and the subscribe button to help the channel grow. I'm Comic Book Bob, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.